Good morning, students. Welcome back to the class on polymers. We have just completed classification, natural classification of polymers. Now we will look at classification based on the structure of polymers. When we look at the structure of polymers, say if only one type of monomer is there in a polymer, then we call it as homopolymer. If only one type of monomer is there, then we call it as homopolymer. If different monomers are there, then we call it as copolymer. If different monomers are there, we call them as copolymers. In copolymers also, we have many classification, many different copolymers. A, B, A, B, A, B. If this monomer, if polymer is like this, then we call it as alternating polymers. That means after A, B will come. After B, then again A will come. This is called alternating copolymer. Alternating copolymer. Alternating copolymer. If the monomers are not arranged properly, then we call it as random polymer. If the monomers are arranged randomly, then we call it as random copolymer. Random copolymer. If monomers are arranged in blockwise, that means initially there are some A-type monomers, then there are some B-type monomers. It doesn't matter how many they are there, but something like this. Then we call it as block copolymer, because monomers are arranged in blocks. If two different polymer chains are interlinked, if two different monomers are interlinked, that means say like this. There is a homopolymer made of A, there is another polymer chain made of B. Then at some points, if these two are interconnected, then it is called as graft copolymer. Then these are called graft copolymers. Polymers, we cannot write the complete chain. So what we will do, we are leaving this end bonds like this. That means it is not the end, it will continue. Now, in order to represent them, we can also use square brackets. If you can use square brackets, then it also represents a polymer. Square brackets generally used for representing one type of monomer. Now, why should we have these different types of copolymers? Generally, the molecular arrangement, that means the structure of the polymer, will have its effect on its physical and chemical properties. The molecular structures affects the physical and chemical properties. That means based on the arrangement of atoms, based on different bondings, the physical properties will change. The physical properties will change. For example, look at two different polymers, HDPE and LDPE. We also have third type, CLPE. What is this HDPE? High density polyethylene. That means polyethylene polymer is arranged, the molecules of polyethylene are arranged in a densely fashion. So that is why it is called high density polyethylene. What is LDPE? Low density polyethylene. That means the polyethylene molecules are arranged in a low density. That means very few number of molecules are arranged in a particular area. Now, what is the difference between high density and poly density? High density polyethylene is nothing but it is a long polymer chain with linear structure. So there is no branching, unbranched. Whereas low density polyethylene, it is highly branched polymer. Now, how it will affect its physical properties? When we look at HDPE, it is a long chain, it does not have any branching. That means you imagine as a rod. If there is a uniform rod, we can arrange many rods in a small place, right? But if the rod is not proper, that means it has some bends here and there, then what happened? It will occupy large space. So in order to arrange many rods, it takes a lot of space, right? So it is like that. When there is no branching, all the polymer chains can be neatly packed in a small area. Whereas when there is a branching, same number of polymers will take large volume to pack. So that is why the densities will differ. Now, high density polymer is very hard material, whereas low density polymer is very soft material. Whatever we use polythene covers are made of low density polyethylene. Whereas the structural units, that means uh, rigid systems, hard we can say rigid systems are made up of high density polyethylene. That means pipes. Now look at CLPE. It is cross-linked polymer. It is cross-linked polymer, cross-linked polyethylene. It is even tough and hard. It is even tough and hard. So the structure of polymer will have its influence on its physical and chemical properties. So that is why when we change the structure, or when we change the bonding, or when we change the number of monomers, then polymer properties will vary. So they will have different polymers can be used for different applications. That is how nowadays we have n number of polymer variations for different applications. What is a resin molecule? Resins are generally used for many applications. One such application is purification of compounds in organic synthesis. Sometimes resins are also used for synthesizing nanomaterials. What are resins? Resins are nothing but the raw unprocessed polymer. So the raw unprocessed or unpurified polymer is called as resin. Now we will look at synthetic methods of polymers. Yeah, before to that we will go for stereochemistry of polymers. We have just discussed that the structural changes will influence the physical and chemical properties. That means not only the type of bonding or type of molecules or the number of molecules, even the orientation of the molecules will also have its influence on the properties of polymers. So it is very important to know the stereochemistry, which this topic is generally known as tacticity. Tacticity. Polymers formed from monosubstituted ethylenes will exist in three possible conformations. Polymers that are made up of monosubstituted ethylene molecules, they will exist in three different conformations. Those are called isotactic, syndiotactic, and atactic polymers. Based on the monomer chain, based on the substituent configuration, these polymers are classified into three types: isotactic, syndiotactic, and atactic. What is isotactic? An isotactic polymer has all the substituents on the same side of a fully extended carbon chain. Now, what is this ethylene? Ethylene is nothing but CH2 double bond CH2. It is called ethylene. What is monosubstituted ethylene? If one of the hydrogen is replaced with a substituent, then it is called monosubstituted ethylene. Now, when this monomer is made, when this monomer is polymerized, then it will generate a polymer of this kind. Again, it will bind to second ethylene, then this will bind to one more ethylene, then this will bind to one more ethylene, then this will bind to one more ethylene, like this. Now a polymer can be represented by having square brackets to the monomer. Now this is the monomer. Now I have given square brackets to the monomer, and after the square brackets, we can write N, or even if we don't write N also, it represents a polymer. At the ends, we never we never give atoms, because polymer is a large chain, so it will be continuing this side as well as this side. So that is why we will just leave the bonds at the ends. Then, what is an isotactic polymer? What is an isotactic polymer? A polymer which is having all the substituents on the same side. For example, you write the zigzag structure for this polymer. When we write the zigzag structure, it can be represented like this. This is a carbon, this is a carbon, this is a carbon. Each point represents a carbon. Now there are substituents at alternating carbons. Say for example, there is a substituent here, then there is another substituent here. Then one carbon, we will leave one carbon, there is another substituent here, another substituent here, another substituent here. So it will continue. It will continue. When we say R is above the plane, then what is below? We did not write anything. So that means it is a hydrogen. So at each and every place, when R is above the plane, hydrogen is below the plane. Now, this structure is called as isotactic polymer. Isotactic polymer. Why? Because here all the substituents, R groups, are in the same phase. They are all above the plane. They are all above the plane. So that is why it is called as an isotactic polymer. What are syndiotactic polymers? Syndiotactic polymers has the substituents regularly alternate on both sides of the carbon chain. They have substituents on both sides alternately. For example, you take this R group as methyl group. If one methyl group is above the plane, then second methyl group will be below the plane. Now the third methyl group will be above the plane because it is having regularly alternate structures. When polymer has this type of stereochemistry, then it is called as syndiotactic polymer. Syndiotactic polymer, one above the plane, one below the plane. So it is a regular alternate position. Now the third type is atactic polymers. Atactic means it doesn't have any regular fashion, regular arrangement. All the substituents are randomly oriented. All the substituents are randomly oriented. Say for example, first one is above the plane, second one may be also above the plane, third one will be below the plane, then fourth one will be above the plane. So there is no regular arrangement. There is no regular arrangement. These type of polymers are called atactic polymers. Now, what is the importance of learning these stereochemistries? As we know, the structure, type of bonding, number of monomers, and the arrangement of substituents will influence the physical and chemical properties of the polymers. In this case, the first type and second type, that means isotactic and syndiotactic, they are very strong in nature and have higher melting points. They have higher melting points than the C type. So the regular arrangement of monomers will also have, sorry, arrangement of substituents will also have its influence on the properties of these polymers. The stereochemistry can also be explained for double bonds. This molecule is called isoprene. Isoprene can be polymerized into two different ways. One is called as this is one isoprene, one polymer. Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 carbons. This is called as cis poly 2 methyl 1, 3 butadiene. This is also similar to natural rubber. Look at the stereochemistry of double bonds. All the double bonds are cis in nature. All the double bonds are cis in nature. This type of polymers are called cis-tactic polymers. Cis-tactic polymers. Because it is natural rubber-like molecule, it is elastic in nature, it is soft material. It is elastic in nature, soft material. Now, isoprene can also be polymerized into trans double bonds. All the double bonds can be trans. See, this double bond is trans, this double bond is trans, this double bond is also a trans molecule. Now, when this polymer is having all trans double bonds, it is called trans-tactic. Trans-tactic. It is also called as gutta-percha, which is having all the trans double bonds. Unlike natural rubber, gutta-percha is very hard and brittle in nature. Unlike cis-tactic polymer, trans-tactic polymer is very hard. Cis-tactic polymer is elastic in nature, whereas a trans-tactic polymer is hard in nature. That means not only the type of monomers, their numbers, and the type of bonding, but also the orientation of substituents or the stereochemistry around the double bonds will also influence the physical and chemical properties of the polymers.